I know that offering advice to Maureen Binienda publicly, a person who I respect, isn't really helping her because it really just gives a lot of her enemies fodder. Well, I do want to give this advice because I want to make sure that she doesn't give in, that she calls the bluff. On Wednesday night, Worcester Superintendent of Schools, Maureen Binienda, who I don't always agree with on policy, but someone who's had a stellar record as an educator, will go into an executive session, or the school committee will go into an executive session, and again, take up whether or not her contract should be renewed. Now, I don't see any reason why her contract shouldn't be renewed. Actually, there's no paper trail to show why her contract shouldn't be renewed. She's had great reviews. Her reputation and her legacy speak for itself. Should be renewed. But we've had the Worcester Interfaith Group exploit children and, for their own gain of political power, leverage those children in an attempt to get Maureen Binienda tossed out. They say that her policies are racist. They say that she's encouraging the suspension of minority students because of these racist policies. Now, we all know what this is. It's a power grab. It's the same game that's going on nationally. And as usual, there are people who are folding like a cheap suit. And speaking of cheap suits, Mayor Joe Petty, or as I like to refer to him as Putty, quite malleable. He's a made member of the McGovern crime family, but he's also a coward, and he wants to stay as mayor. And he's afraid of the folks from the Worcester Interfaith who are making accusations of racism against our public schools. So I'll tell you what, I'll bet he would really like this whole thing to just go away. And he probably wants Maureen Binienda to just bow out with grace. I'm telling you, Maureen, don't bow out with any grace. Fight. You're not racist. Your policies are not racist. And Worcester Interfaith and the mayor do not have the best interests of the city in mind. So here's what you do, and I've said it on the air. You tell them to vote. And you tell them publicly to take a vote. They either want you or they don't. And then they can explain to people why someone with a great reputation is not being offered another contract. You see, this stuff will continue to go on here in Worcester and nationally if people don't stand up to it. I'm not saying there's not racism, and I'm not saying there's issues of race we don't have to still deal with, but I'm saying that race and identity politics are being used as a weapon. The mayor and the Worcester Interfaith Group, while they tell you they care about the kids, they care about politics more. So there you have it. Be listening tomorrow, and Maureen, you hang tough. Don't give in. So, we've got our Twitter poll up at Jim Polito. Should Massachusetts ban handheld cell phone use while driving? Go to Twitter at Jim Polito, and we'll have the results after the 7 o'clock news tomorrow morning. Until then, everybody, have a great day. Stay strong, Maureen.